Okay, Rich, here's where we're at the moment on the SCR AGC. We'll start with the fact that right now I'm checking noise figure. I'm in S-band 2335. Here's the setup. So you can see 2335. There's the LO setup, although I'm still using this LO here. And you can see, noise. I've got the noise figure meter on the built-in self-test input. So we've got that selected. You can see, we're hanging in that 4.5, 5 range, which is what I would expect. Okay, and then what I did for freeze is, since I don't have any of that actually functional yet, I just was looking at raw AGC, which is 5.2-ish. I came in at -100. I'm in a 1 meg filter. I figured that was close enough on the gain. It's a little turned down, but won't make a difference. And then brought in the noise figure meter, turned the AGC switch on, and set the freeze DAC for 5.2, which is where I was. So now let's turn AGC back on, which of course the noise meter is not going to like. So yeah, that's all over because it's playing catch up. Because at the moment I don't see a way on my GUI to actually select my AGC time constants yet. So I'm in my slowest time constant. So anyway, that's irrelevant at the moment. We're going to go ahead and put the 70 meg input back in. Okay, we can go ahead and disconnect the noise figure meter. Okay, so at the moment we've got no input. We'll turn that on. We're at -100. So you can see, what you'd expect in a 1 meg filter. But now let's go, and I'm on a very slow sweep because of the time constant. So I'm going from -110 to -10 at 100 milliseconds. So pretty slow. So let's let this go ahead and go. And at the moment, I'm just looking at that point right there that says AGC. The voltages are not quite the same as what I had predicted. It's part of what I'm working out. But you can see here, this cursor up here, that's -110. This cursor is -10. And you can see how linear this is. I am compressing about 3 dB early, so I am working on that. Trying to get to -10 before I see P1 dB, but at the moment it's -13, -14, so I can even show you exactly where. And I'm compressing right here, so just a lot of gain I got to deal with, but I'm trying to keep the noise figure decent. I'm only testing in S-band at the moment. There's really no point in going through the front end because I know it's wrong because of all the development on the RFC. So in the Rev 3, the changes I made here on the RFC are going to get implemented in the SCR. So we'll get those implemented over the next 2 days. The important part right now is the fact that the actual AGC loop itself, the actual, here's one of them. See, this is the front end AGC, and notice how far back that is. I've got one here, there's one here, and there's one here. So that gives me about 180 dB of range, obviously way too much. So it's part of what I'm trying to trim. I'm assuming all of this for the AGC and AM, which are almost identical to the tracker setup, are going to function. That's one of the next things I want to do is start calculating some of the values. For now, I already know that a decent level DAC setup is 2750. So just kind of going through. We've got some GUI things I got to work out. 70 meg trim and combiner are reversed. I don't have AGC time constant selections. A couple minor things, but overall it's doing what I need it to do. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I mean, you'll note the linearity here is very, very good. Right up until compression, that is a very linear signal. So I should be able to slope that really nicely. At the moment, oh, and I've got plenty of range. If you recall, for JT3 and Eglin, we had to have the back panel controllable. So I've got plenty of range in both of those attenuators. This one's the one that feeds the combiner. This is the one that feeds the back panel. Yeah, it's coming along. I'm only in S-band, so you can see we're only drawing, about 23 watts, so not a big deal. Even when in C-band, I'm still like 27 watts, so I don't think that's terrible. Nothing's super hot. It's not bad. This has actually been running for 3 days. with only just brief periods off. So yeah, there's no real hot spots. Nothing's got me concerned at the moment. Yeah, it's so. Oh, and then obviously for the noise figure, yeah, 4.8, and we were seeing 4.7, so almost exactly what we predicted. So yeah, it's where we're at on the SCR. I figured I might as well show you what's going on. I know sometimes you wonder what we're doing down here in the hole. So yeah, I just think that looks pretty good.